Greetings, everybody. The purpose of my today's lecture is to highlight how to persuade. There are 12 laws of persuasion. One of them is the law of reciprocity, which says if you give someone something of value, you will feel indebted to pay back. That's law 1 of persuasion. For example, if there's a lady that you want to propose love, you can give him, for example, $500, and then you pretend as though there's nothing for a month or two, and then later you try to persuade her so that you marry her. That's law of reciprocity. Then the second law is that you should seek friendship. The second law said you should seek friendship and relationship before you can persuade. For example, when you're doing political evangelism and someone insults you and you say, "Oh, you look like my uncle. What's your title?" And then he says Mukanya, and then you say, "Oh, you are my Sekuru, you are my uncle." You have sought relationship, and it will persuade a person who wanted to be violent to you so that he won't be violent to you. You can use totem to seek relationship, or similarities, for example, height, fatness, or similar palm prints, to create or anything that suggests relationship. Then it will be easier to persuade that person to do what you want. The second law is called law of scarcity, which says if something is perceived to be of value and in very low supply, very short supply, people are likely to like that thing. For example, engineers, it's very rare in Zimbabwe to get an engineer who is interested in politics. If you say, Zimbabweans, if you miss this chance of voting for scientist engineer Munyandri, then you will never have another scientist engineer as president of this country, and then you will always be languishing under lawyers. That is what we call law of scarcity. There is also what is called law of contrast. For example, if you are campaigning for engineer, scientist, engineer Munyandri, the president of the New Patriotic Front, you need to compare and contrast Munyanduri and Mnangagwa. For example, Mnangagwa and Chamisa are dull people. They were in the West academic class in any former British colony, including Zimbabwe, at Form 3 using Form 2 results. Munyanduri was in the brightest class at Form 3 called Sciences, the best academically gifted in all science engineering. That is law of contrast. Then there's also what is called law of integrity. The law of integrity says that when you are talking or you want to persuade someone, you must appear to be a person of integrity from a perspective of that person who is listening to you. You must be dressed nicely, with shoes polished, with a tie and jacket, and probably coming from an executive car like a Mercedes-Benz. Then you have integrity. The person you are trying to persuade is more likely to comply with what you want. There is also what is called law of power. If you have power, for example, if you are a president of a country, it's easier to persuade people to do what you want normally. There is also what is called law of social conformity. This law says that people would want to do what they think a lot of other people are doing. For example, if you truthfully tell people that they are no longer Machinja or MDC supporters in Harare, they are no longer MDC supporters in Kadoma, they are no longer MDC supporters in Chinoi, most people are likely to follow, not to support MDC. This law is used by ZANU-PF when we are going towards election, when the Herald publishes that there is a research company, Mpoi Mass Public Opinion, which has predicted ZANU-PF victory in the coming election. This is called law of social conformity, to persuade.